Hi guys, it's Lynn here and welcome to our spring cacti and succulent polytunnel collection update. And lots going on here at the moment to show you, and I will try and keep this video as quick as possible because it can sometimes end up a very lengthy video. And what I'm going to be doing, because I've been making a series of sort of polytunnel updates sort of over the past couple of weeks where I've been rearranging a lot of things, a lot of the stands and the cacti and things like that. So you would have seen most of the plants there. So what I'm going to be focusing on today on this update is just showing you what is coming into bud and what is coming into bloom. Now, those of you who follow my channel know that we also have a lot of cacti and succulents inside the house as well, and they're going to be coming out probably in May, out into some into the polytunnel, some into our other little greenhouses that we've got out there, and also into the yard as well. We've got the hanging basket stands, going to be putting a lot of the epiphytes out. So this is going to look very different in probably a few weeks time. So I thought I'm going to start the update now, show you what's happening, and then you'll see what's going to be happening over the following months with all the plants. So here we are in our polytunnel, and I will start off with the sort of on the table here. I'm just going to focus on mainly what is coming into bud and what I'm going to be doing. This is obviously our big tall Trichocereus. We have quite a few different types of Trichocereuses that we have here. We have some in the house as well that are too tall for our polytunnel. We put them out into the yard for the spring and summer, which we'll probably do in May, but they're too tall for the roof, so that's why we have to overwinter them indoors. But they'll be coming out into the yard soon. And there's not, obviously, with this time of year, it's still only April, and there isn't that much happening, especially with the things like the Trichocereus. We do sometimes have a lot of them come into flower, usually late summer. But there's lots of signs of new growth on them as well. As you can see there, the tops, lots of new growth starting to come, all that lovely fresh pale green growth, where everything is starting to wake up now as well, which is really exciting. And see all the new growth on there. I'm going to be focusing mainly on what we have sort of coming into flower and what I'm going to be doing. Now here I've got my big Echinopsis and my big Trichocereus grandiflorus as well. They're going to be going out into the yard once the chance of any frost has gone. Now here in this corner is my Kalanchoe Montiana and Tubiflors, mother of thousands, and they are an absolute mess. They're in dire need of an extremely good pruning ASAP, which I'll probably do that probably in the next video after this one, because as you can see, they're very lanky and there's a lot of dead leaves and growth on them from the winter. So I'm going to be pruning them back, and when I do, I'm going to film a video to show you how to prune the mother of thousands plant, because you can propagate the top part and then cut the other part down to the base and it will reshoot. But I'm going to share that in a separate video, so I won't get too close to the camera because it's very unsightly at the moment. But all the rest of it, all the other type of Trichocereus cacti here, all just coming into growth, starting to wake up. We have our little baby Trichocereus pacanois here, times Scopolicolas, that I've grown from my own seed, and gave them a bit of a watering the other day, and they're starting to fill out. As you can see, they're still quite shriveled from the winter. We've kept them dry, but they're starting to fill out a bit more. And I mentioned in a video only a week or two ago that I've started to slightly water the majority of the cacti in the polytunnel, because we've had a couple of weeks of absolutely gorgeous, sunny and very warm weather for April here in Ireland and the UK. So obviously because of that, I've sort of started to water them a little bit earlier than I normally would. Normally with a cacti outside, I'd be keeping them all dry, other than the epiphytes until the beginning of May, because the weather has been so good. They have been shriveling out so fast. I've had to give them just a bit of water just to get them to fill back up again. Still being careful with the watering with the majority of the actual cacti, because the weather can change very quickly at this time of year. Now here we have, I've got my Lophophoras here, and my one of my very old Lophophoras is forming a lovely seed pod there, which is very exciting to see. And then our Matacanas here, they're in bud already. These are both Matacana madissonorums, and there's two buds on this one, which is Hans's Matacana, and also there's a couple of buds on mine as well, close together there, starting to come up. Very exciting to see. So that's going to be blooming in the next few weeks. And here, not much signs of life from here. Now here we have our Neoporteria clavata, and this is quite amazing. Now it has got, I don't know if you can see there on the camera, has got 3 little flower buds starting to form on it. Really excited. And when we first got this, it actually did have the one little bud, and it had it on it already. It dried up in the winter and fell off, but now it's reforming buds again, so I'm really excited about that. And here we have my Mammillaria glassy, and I'm very happy to say it is packed with buds, little tiny little pink buds here. And this never flowered for me last year, which I was a bit disappointed about. Sometimes, you know, cacti just do that, but it's packed with little buds, and I won't go too close with my finger because it looks furry, but it has got them little hooks that stick to you. But loads and loads of gorgeous little tiny pink buds all around this beautiful cactus. And I think there may be signs of buds on this one as well. This one is my Mammillaria plumosa, and it looks like they're starting to form little buds underneath the hair there. If you hear that tapping on the polytunnel roof, it's actually starting to rain. And believe it or not, the weather has been so dry and sunny here. We actually do need the rain. I definitely need the rainwater for the carnivorous plants, so that's good it's raining. Still lovely temperature though. This is all the succulents here. These are all coming back into growth again, and gave them all a good water. They've all plumped up, happy to see. And this one here, which I had to cut back in the winter, that's started to form new little rosettes there from where it was pruned, which is really lovely. And all doing really well here. And then here I have my Graptopetalum filiferum, and it's one of the miniature type of speciality Graptopetalums in bud here, as you can see. So very exciting to see that in bud. And here I have my Echeveria agavoides, and this has huge flower spike here with lots of flowers just ready to open here, lots of buds I should say, getting ready to open, so that's wonderful to see. So there's a lot happening already for this time of year. This is my lovely Crassula, commonly known as the bracelet necklace, the baby's necklace. This has recently been flowering. This was flowering all over the winter, and it is reblooming again with lots of new little fresh blooms there, so wonderful to see. And here lots of new growth, lots of new leaves all coming up here on my Crassula rubra, Penduliflor marginalis, yep, the rubra as well. And all the aeniums have sprung back up into healthiness since I've given them a good water. This is all of my aloes here, and a lot of them were sort of flowering over the winter time. I've rearranged all these, and I made a little video when I did, and they're all looking really good, giving them a good water. They've all plumped up because they were very shriveled after the winter, because I kept them dry in the polytunnel. But they're doing very well, as you can see there. These are all my seedlings as well. Wonderful to see how they've plumped up. And if you did see that video when I was rearranging them and watering them, you'll see how much they've plumped up in just a few days. Absolutely remarkable. And here again, more succulents. Got some epiphyllums. They're mainly cuttings, and other different variety of many different succulents too on there. This one is absolutely gorgeous. This one is my sedum. I think it's let me just check. Uvelii, yep. And this is just gorgeously flowering, beautiful, and lots there, all plumped up. Happy to say. And some of my string of pearls, string of tears, all there as well. Some kalanchoes at the back. And here I've got, not quite sure what this little sedum is, but it's one that's very pretty anyway, little flower there. Another Echeveria, this is one of my Echeveria setosas as well. That has been flowering, and the flower head sort of died back the other day, which I pruned off. So good to see there. And here on the back wall, I'm going to come up to all the epiphyllums because this is the most exciting part of the buds. These are all our opuntias, and they're pretty much sort of just filling out from the winter. I gave the majority of them a bit of a good watering the other day because they were very shriveled, and they're just sort of filling themselves back up again now. As you can see how shriveled all these are by the wrinkliness, and they're fattening up now, which is really good to see. But it's going to probably be another month or two before we only see much growth on them. One of my little Opuntia microdace is sending out new little pads there, which is exciting to see, and also on there as well, little new pads. But But other than that, most of them are still pretty much dormant over there. I've got my 2 big agaves there that I'm going to be putting out into the yard once the chance of frost has gone, probably from May. My other one under there as well. This one here I'm going to be repotting probably in the next couple of days, so stay tuned for a repotting video. I've got the pot all ready for it and the soil mix. I'm going to be potting that up and making a little video when I do. Some of our punchers there under the table, they're going to be going into the yard once the chance of frost has gone. And then this is my very old Slumbergera truncata that's probably about 70 years old. And this has been doing, well, this has been flowering since, I think, January, February time. And it's just coming to the end of its flowering now. And it's unbelievable how it's just been flowering all the way through. Now here is my little, some of my cactus seedlings I've put here onto this little stand. And I have a lot more also upstairs in the grow rooms, but they're probably going to be staying under the lights for now. They're still very small. These are my older ones, and anything from, some of them are from probably a few months to 3 years old. Selection of everything here. These are Euphorbia Canariensis. We took these out the other day because now the weather's been so good, and I don't think it's going to get too cold overnight here, and we have the heater on anyway. Lots of Apuntia seedlings there, Mammillaria seedlings, Corypanthus, Lobivias, Nota Cactus, Echinopsis, Adenudatas, little Clyster Cactus seedlings, and Trichocereus, different types of varieties there, and Astrophytums. Aren't they gorgeous, guys? And as I say, I did do a seedling tour the other day where showing a lot more detail on the seedlings, so check that out if you haven't done already. It's probably a few videos before this one will be on, so that's on there. And now I'm going to show you here we've got quite a bit happening on this table here. Now we've got, these are some of our Tephra Cacti, another type of all the Apuntioid families. Lots of new growth coming on these. Tephra Cacti seem to be coming up into growth a lot sooner than most of the other Apuntias do. And lots of new growth up on there, as you can see. And here we have the majority of our Echinopsis cacti, which has many different varieties of Echinopsis here. And happy to say, all coming into bud. Buds there. And buds forming also on there as well. Another bud on that side, and buds on, let me just check, yep, there's buds on this one as well. Another Echinopsis, exciting to see. And another bud forming on this other Echinopsis Adenudata on the top there. And also another little bud forming. It's just so good to see all the buds coming up on them. So the Echinopsis seem to be doing very well. It's going to be a blooming paradise. And yep, there's also buds forming on the big one over there as well. You can see how the felted areoles start to get bigger and woollier just before they start to come into bud. So this is really good news. And these are, it's got my big Astrophytum ornatum. That's in double bud there as well. The buds are getting bigger. I think the really good sunny weather has really encouraged a lot of earlier budding this year, because normally it's sort of May time before I start to see any real buds at all on the plants. So this is very good news. That's going to be a lovely double bloom and that flowers. Happy to see there. And then these are some of our Aquino Cactus grusoni. They usually only really flower when they get very large, so I'm not expecting any flowers from these anytime soon, but they're doing pretty well, pretty healthy. Yep, there's another another Echinopsis here as well, also coming into bud too, so very exciting. And there's also, yep, buds forming as well on here in the very early stages, so it's probably going to be another month before they come out into full flower, and very exciting. Then here we have a lot of all our sort of more type of tall Trichocereus cacti here too, and my big Clyster Cactus here with a twin head, and my my Pachycereus pringlei here, some more Trichocereus, my very large Pachycereus pringlei here, and I'll just show you how tall it is by standing next to it. I'm 5 foot and it's taller than me, guys. It's huge. That's doing very well so far. And here we have, yep, some more. These are some of my little miniature assortment here. I have an Astrophytum nudum myriostigma here, quadracosta, and that is in twin bud at the moment, so there's going to be double blooms on that. Very exciting. And here is my astrophytum, also another one, times the astrophytum myristigma times Capricorni, I think it is. I haven't got my glasses, so I can't read the label too close. That's in bud as well. Very exciting to see. And yep, let's check what else is coming into bud here. I've got my Nota Cactus as well. I think that looks like it's coming into bud. This sort of went like that in the January time. It hasn't really got any bigger. Hopefully they're flower buds, but if not, they may drop off and rebud again. As I say, buds forming on the big Echinopsis at the back there. And also I'm very happy to see my Steno Cactus multicostus here is also in bud. It's actually in bud there. Don't know whether you can see where my finger is. I can see it from here where the spine is just coming into bud. So that is very, very exciting too. And I also have my Prodia, one of my Prodia magnificus, also with a bud on it there. Look at the top. So that's really exciting. Buds, buds, buds. And here, what's happening on this table here? Yep, I have one of my other little Prodias there. That's also in flower bud. And this one as well, another little, this is a Nota Cactus, Rosilatius as well. It looks like it's coming into bud around the top because the top where the crown is just starting to swell up, and it normally does that just before it starts to send flowers out, as you can see there. And see what else is happening around here. Yep, there's also woolly flower buds. These are actually the flower buds from last year, but these are new ones that's just coming up on this very big, just check here the proper name, it's Lobivia, Echinopsis, Lobivia hamatantha. And that's got lovely new woolly flower buds as well on it. Very excited to see. There's also little flower buds as well on my little Aquino Cactus. It's a little tiny Aquino Cereus, sorry. The very, very, very tiny one. I can't reach at the very, very front there. You can see there's two little buds forming on that one too. And I'm going to show you this, which I'm very excited about, if I can get into here. This is my Aquino Cactus Gentrii, and it is packed with buds. As you can see there, the little ready buds coming out all along the shoots on there, just bursting out of the areoles there. And this has this cactus has the most amazing, gorgeous, funnel-shaped, bright pink blooms when she blooms. So this is going to be amazing. And this is one of my Echinopsis, a large type of commonly known as the Peanut Cactus, a large hybrid variety. This is in bud as well, as you can see there. Buds coming up on that, lovely flower buds forming, wonderful to see. And then I have my Camacerius, commonly known as the Peanut Cacti, Sylvestris. I've got two different varieties here. These are coming into bud as well. See buds forming on there. And also, just checking as well, there was some more buds. Yep, buds. And buds also on the other ones on here. You see the little red things popping up with the buds. Very exciting to see. And buds, these are all different types of hybrids of Camelobivia, Camacerius, and different types here. Again, that's on that one is the Camelobivia Wendy. That's the name of that one. There's buds coming up. Another buds also on another one there. So there's so much happening. I'm really excited, I have to say. And then we have one of our Silco Rebusias as well, also starting to form a little bud there, which is really exciting. And just check what else we have. A few forming. Yep, there's a bud also on this one. This is Lobivia Canthan. Gosh, these names. Cantha. Probably not saying that right, but there's a lovely woolly fluffy bud on there too. And here, yep, there's also some more buds I've just noticed as well on this Silco Rebusia. They're level 3. And the Mammillarias are a little bit sleeping at the moment, other than the one I showed you over there. These normally do start to come into bud at this time of year, usually in the April. But last year was a bit like that too. They sort of came into bud in the June time, which was strange for Mammillarias, but plants sort of bloom when they want to bloom. Other than that, they're looking pretty healthy. I think once I start off with the regular watering regime from May, next month, they're going to suddenly start to come into bud again. And But happy with what's blooming so far. I've also got some of the Gymnocalciums here coming into bud. This is my Gymnocalcium horse tea, which has beautiful pink flowers. There's a little bud forming on that there, which I'm very happy about. And also here, my Gymnocalciums. Here, there's 2 lovely pink buds, as you can see there, forming. And this other one, Gymnocalcium here, I'm not quite sure of the variety, just a type. It could be the Baldianum, but not 100% sure as it wasn't labelled. And there's 2 buds as well forming on there, which is really exciting to see. So all good. And we also have another little one here. This is another little Gymnocalcium. This is Gymnocalcium Mayansoni times Baldianum. So this is a cross. Little tiny little bud forming there. Another Gymnocalcium here as well. Gymnocalcium antisti as well. Little bud, 2 buds in fact there forming. So it's very good. So this time next month, when I do next month's update, there's going to be a lot more budding because these buds are going to be bigger, possibly even flowering, so very excited. The Pharaoh Cactus here, very hard to get Pharaoh Cactus to come into flower, so I'm not expecting anything this year from these. They usually have to be quite large, but the plants are looking healthy, and I'm going to be repotting a lot of these on over the next few weeks because I just want to change the soil over on them because I haven't been that happy with the soil. For example, the soil's a bit exhausted there. They may not need bigger pots. I'm just going to be changing the soil over. I think a change of soil is good for them. So that's pretty much there. And then, yep, they've got some more seedlings here. Some Epiphyllum seedlings that I grown myself from seed. Me and Hans cross-pollinated these with our Epiphyllums, and these are the little seedlings that I think about 2.5 years, probably about 2 years old now. And there's a mixture of other little seedlings in there as well. These are Cacti Cactus that were seeds that were gifted to us from our wonderful friend Shane Walsh, who lives in County Kerry here in Ireland. So if you can see this Shane, oops, labels just get knocked down. They're doing very well here. And these ones are actually Pelasgia chichipi seedlings there, and they're doing very well. Again, seeds that were gifted to us from a friend at the Cactus Society. And these are a little mixture of everything, a couple of cactus mysteries, not quite sure what they are. They came in with a mixed seed pack, and that one is another one as well. This one is Setiechinopsis mirabalis as well. They're sort of just fattening up after the winter. This one, believe it or not, is actually a Stapelia grandiflorus cristata seedling. We planted a load of seeds of Stapelia, and one was a little cristata, so we potted that up separately. And here I have my bowl with a mixture of Graptobatalums, Echeverias, and sort of everything all growing out of this bowl. Might need a bit of a good pruning, but for now it looks okay. And then here I've got some aloes as well, more aloes underneath there, and that's my one of my Kalanchoes there, doing very well. So that's all on this side. Just before I show you the ending bit with the epiphyllums, these are some more seedlings. These are more garden plants that we've got sowing at the moment. Some more epiphyllums, and this is Nicophora, the commonly known as the red hot pokers that Hans has germinated from seeds. So very exciting there. And yep, so now I'm going to show you what we've got on the floor, just covered up to there. This is, as I say, very large Trichocereus here, Trichocereus peruvianus, as they say. What a name. And there's very sharp spines here. This is Hans's Cereus spiralis. He had to do an emergency cut on it the other day because it went brown at the top. Not sure why, no signs of bugs or anything like that. Sometimes cacti can just go like that, but don't know why. But he's cut it and it's calloused over really well, and it will side shoot. And then here, as I say, mentioned the lovely big aloes. And here I've got a huge big jade bowl that I'm going to be making an arrangement with. So stay tuned for a video when I do that. I've just got a big bowl, picked a load of my different types of little small jades that I've got in little pots, put them all into this. I mean, they're just standing in like that for now. And I'm going to take them out and make a lovely bowl arrangement with all the different types of Crassula jades I've got there. So stay tuned for a lovely bowl garden arrangement coming up probably in the next few days. So that's going to be a lovely little project for me. And these are lovely Pereskia Godseffiana mother plants. These are what Hans actually got back from Sweden. He's had them for absolutely years, and they're coming back into growth. These over the winter sort of drop their leaves, and then they form lovely new lovely leaves here. And yes, it is a cactus. Might look more like a rose bush, but they are cacti because they have areoles there. And very beautiful when they're coming to leaf as well, so that's very exciting. And now I'm going to show you what we've got here with the epiphyllums. Now, before going to the epiphyllums, this is our Cedar Morganium, or one of them. This is growing really well. This was actually gifted to me years ago as a little cut, and it was about that size. And now it's a beautiful hanging basket, so that's probably going to be going out into the yard, probably in May as well. This one is one of our zigzaggy type of cacti here. Got two different types. This one is the Cryptocereus anthonianus extreme, and that's the one that has the lovely pink, sorry, the big pinky red flowers on it. And the other one here, the zigzag, is the one that has the lovely white flowers on it. It flowered beautiful for us last year, so good to have the two different varieties as well. They're going to be going out into the yard as well in May. And then here I've got some mixture of Slumbergera, commonly known as Thanksgiving and Christmas cacti, in baskets, hanging baskets. These have been flowering all through the winter, and lovely different colours all on there. Then this is my mixture of epiphyllums on here as well. And this one is like a lovely big vine that comes down. This has amazing white flowers. Don't know if I've got the correct ID for that. It was one that was given to me as a cut-in, but it does have huge white flowers, sort of late summer, sort of early fall, autumn time. Beautiful, another different variety there, all different types. And then this one is my golden monkey's tail, my Clyster Cactus Hildewenterra, or Clyster Cactus winterii, comes under both names. Still pretty much dormant, although it's fattening up a little bit now. That normally comes into bud sort of from June time onwards, and that's usually more of a late summer flower, that one. And this is my I absolutely love my monkey's tail, the Clyster Cactus Collodimonsis, and this has the most gorgeous orangey blooms during late summer as well. So again, no signs of buds yet, but it's still early in the year, but it's doing well. That's going to be going out into the yard on the hanging basket stand also. This is my very big, look a bit shriveled, it's going to need another good watering, my Slumbergera, the true Christmas cactus Buckley because of its scalloped edges. It has been flowering absolutely amazing up until recently, and took it out into the yard to give a good water the other day, and it's plumped up. But it's been so warm in here that it's started to shrivel again. Once it's back in the yard and it's pumped up with water, it's going to do well. I notice with these, the Slumbergeras, after they've been heavily flowering, they do go sort of limp like this, and it's personally, from my experience, perfectly normal. Then they're having a bit of a rest after they've used a lot of their energy up for flowering, and then they suddenly just plump back up again and send out a load of new shoots. And this one again, another one of my, I'm going to save the best to last, guys, one of my mixtures epiphyllums in there. This is my Epiphyllum German Empress. Sorry if the lighting is not good in here, it's difficult with the sun's starting to come out now and it casts a bit of a shadow. This is packed with buds. This is the German Empress one that has the most amazing pink flowers, and that's all in bud at the moment. So this is going to be an amazing flower show in a few weeks time. Absolutely, look at that, all the buds on that, guys, packed. And then here is my Aquino Cactus Flagelliformis, another sort of rat's taily type here, packed with buds, lovely pink buds on it there, very exciting to see. And this is my Aquino Cactus Malisonii, buds on that too. And this is an Aporophyllum hybrid, and this is absolutely packed with tons and tons and tons of flower buds. So this is going to be buds galore in the next few weeks, guys. Very exciting to see there, so very happy about that. And then I've got here And last but not least, my favourite epiphyllum I've ever had, Epiphyllum Pegasus. And this is packed with buds. Absolutely tons. And this particular epiphyllum has the most incredible, shockingly big, beautiful and very huge blooms. So to see so many buds already on this epiphyllum is just going to be out of this world when she flowers. Just look at that, guys. Tons of buds. Very exciting. Again, she's going to go out into the yard onto the hanging basket stand when May is here and the chance of any frost has gone. And I'm just going to show you this. I wanted to share the main flower till the very last. This is one of my epiphyllum hybrids. Lots of buds on it, and it has flowered, the most beautiful flower already. And the first of our epiphyllum cacti to flower this year. And isn't she beautiful, guys? Beautiful flower. And I will actually make a separate video on her to show in a bit more detail because it's just so beautiful. And another bud on the way. So there you go, guys. Very happy with how everything is coming on so far in the polytunnel. And as I say, stay tuned for a video I'm going to do on pruning back all the mother of thousands plants, and plenty of repotting I'm going to be doing this year as well, and lots of how-to videos. So I hope that everybody is keeping safe and well during all this craziness, and we'll all get through this together. And thank goodness we've all got our plant power. So guys, thank you so much for your continued support and amazing comments and everything on my channel. It means so much to me. And if you haven't done already, then please do subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification bell. And also, if you haven't done already, do check out my website, desertplantsofavalon.com. And I want to send you loads of love, heaps of happiness, and tons of plant power from across the Emerald Isle. And until my next video, bye.